Hi everybody, welcome to my video today. I'm going to make a card for you. Today is another video where I am going to do a simple card with a fun technique. And the technique that we're going to focus on today is the focusing on designer paper. So letting the designer paper that we choose, which I'm going to be working with the Let It Snow designer paper along with the bundle here. This is the stamp set and the punch, and so we're going to really let this designer paper kind of shine and take center stage. I wanted to mention to everybody before I get started here that I have an ordering special for the month of October. So if you place a Stampin' Up! Order with me for the month of October, I will send you a fun adhesive pack. You get a brand new liquid glue, a snail refill, and then you get 2 sheets of dimensionals. You get a white sheet, and then you get one of our black sheets of dimensionals, which these are in the holiday catalog, and they have tended to get overlooked. They are kind of hiding up in the corner on one of the pages, and so a lot of people are missing them. So you'll get to try out the black dimensionals, which I love, and I hope that they carry over into our other product. I will put the host code up here for you. If you use this host code and you spend $65 or more with me, then you will get that adhesive pack sent to you. All of the holiday haul stamp sets from last month have been shipped out, and they are showing up in your guys' mailboxes. So hopefully you're getting them and enjoying them. I hope to create a little bit with that and give you some ideas later in the month or maybe into next month as I'm wrapping up Halloween projects and Thanksgiving projects. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I got the bundle. So this is the Snowman season bundle, but to be honest, I really haven't used the punch all that much. I love that it has a punch with it, but honestly, I haven't used it that much. I've used the stamp set more. So then I also am going to use this designer paper, and this is beautiful designer paper with the blues and the reds. There's so much fun patterns in here. I love it. I think it's going to be really fun to do some scrapbooking pages with, and I'll do that probably as we get more into winter. Here in sunny California, we are still having 80-degree days, and I'm over it, you guys. I am ready for fall and winter, and I'm just over the hot days. Okay, so what we're going to start out with is a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. This cardstock is the cardstock that made me fall in love with Stampin' Up! I would go to Michael's and craft stores, and I would always be looking for red cardstock, and I could never find really 2 pieces that matched, or I would find one that I liked and I'd go back and then it would be all gone. And finally, when I finally kind of saw the cherry cobbler from Stampin' Up, I was in love. And the idea of getting packs of red cardstock that matched in this beautiful color just made me so excited. So I'm taking one of the pattern pieces of designer paper, and I'm just cutting this down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I wanted to show you a little tip on the trimmer. If you guys have been watching my Facebook lives, you might have seen me talk about this. I have washi tape covering up the measurements. This is the new Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and I have washi tape covering up the metric measurements so that I don't get confused. And I just am doing that with washi tape, and it's been fun because you can mark on your washi tape if you're doing a project where you're, cutting and scoring and doing all of that. You can actually mark on your washi tape your measurement, and then it makes it easier. And I did that over the weekend, and I thought that was such a great way to use that. So I'm going to add some foam tape, not some foam tape, this is fun foam. And I'm going to add it to the back of this piece of designer paper. And I loved that it was red, and then it had the white, the red pattern there, which it's not just plain red. If you look closely on this, there looks like there's some paint strokes, and it looks kind of a little bit watercolor like, and then it has these white dots that are not perfect, so it makes it great for like it's snowing. So we're going to set this aside. So here's our card. We'll put some Whisper White paper in there so we can write our message, and then we're going to set this aside. And I have a few other things here. The first thing I have is a little tiny piece of cherry cobbler. And then I have a Whisper White stitched rectangle, so it has the stitching on there. And then I have these snowflakes, and these snowflakes, let me show you what die they come from. These come from the Christmas Layers die, and you can see that they're right here, and we can actually snip these apart. So you see, I just want to just show you, I ran it through my die cut machine, and these dies cut really nice. I'm going to zoom way in so you guys can kind of see this. But these little tiny pieces are just falling out. It cut much smoother than I thought it would. I was a little nervous about such an intricate die, but you can see they just fall right out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip these apart. So if you just look really carefully on where these are placed, you will see that you can snip the snowflakes out. And we won't need all of these snowflakes, we'll only need a few of them. So I have that pile of snowflakes right here, and then I want to go ahead and do my stamping, and I'm just going to take this snowman image here, and we are going to use Memento black ink. And we're going to do this towards the bottom, but also towards the edge here. And then we're going to take Let It Snow from the stamp set. And remember, we're not doing, I don't want to focus a lot on the image. I really want that designer paper to show. So we're going to use Garden Green. It's one of the colors we'll be coloring his. I'm not sure if I cleaned the stamp or not. Yeah. I don't think I had. Okay. So we'll stamp Let It Snow in green. And then we'll do a tiny, tiny bit of coloring. It's not going to be a lot. Again, we're not doing a lot of fancy stuff to the image. So we're going to take some Smokey Slate Ink. I pinched that together so that there is some of the ink here, right here in the lid. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and make sure that I have some of that, the liquid in here kind of flowing. Be careful because your Wink of Stella might kind of explode with all of that shimmery stuff in there if you're not careful. So then I'm just dipping it into the gray, into the Smoky Slate, and we're just going to do a little bit of shading. Again, I'm not doing anything really fancy. I always think it's funny when people shade like white with gray. I always think it's not going to look good, but in the end it does. So I just did on the edges there of the snowman, and then I'm also going to do right under him, or her, if your little snowman is a her. And then I'll bring that shimmery Wink of Stella down without the gray. So it'll be darker up at the top here and then lighter on the bottom. Okay. And that is all that we will need this gray for. And then what we'll do is just very simple. We're just going to use our writer markers, and we're going to use the green and the red, and we'll just do the snowman's outfit up. And I'm going to do red stripes and green stripes. And I'm going to bring a little bit more of the green. So the smaller stripes I'm doing in red, so more of this green can show. Then we'll do the top hood here green. See how it brings more green in? And then I'll just bring in a little bit of orange and a little yellow into his nose. Just like that. So now our image is done. There's nothing else that we need to do to this, so let's add it to our card, and our card will be done. So this is a very, very simple card. So what we'll do is we'll add this right to the middle, and since I popped up the red piece, I don't need to pop up the image, but you could. I'm always a little nervous to add too much dimension, then it's hard to get it to go through the mail. And then we'll just add a few snowflakes. So here I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm not going to add any dimension to it. I'm just going to add these flats. So we'll add one here, and that red on red gives it this very cool tone on tone effect. And we'll just pick a couple more, and I'm just adding this with snail. It's not going to be too horrible. And then we'll do one of the little tiny ones. These tiny ones make me nervous. I've almost lost the die for it several times. And then, of course, just like flowers, I can't ever not add a rhinestone to the middle of snowflakes when I do them. So I just have some regular rhinestones out, and we'll add those right to the middle, just like that. And then if you wanted, you could add a snowflake. Let's go ahead and do it. I think it'll be a nice touch to add one right here, and then another rhinestone, just like that. So here is our card for today. I love the way that came out, and really focusing on that designer paper and letting it be part of your design of your card makes it nice. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you back tomorrow with a Facebook rewind, and then on Thursday I have a fun card featuring an embossing technique that I would love to share with you guys this week. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Thank
you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching my videos. Here are 2 other of my most recent videos. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.